Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, and Mildred. There she is, Mildred. Hey, say hello to everyone. Yes, of course. We're here to talk to you about, we're here together, right? Yes, we're here to talk to you about this lovely reissue on Harmonia Mundi of Schumann piano trios, quartet, and quintet with Trio Wanderer, one of the all-time fabulous trios out there, with a couple of extra friends to work with. And they are Christophe Goguet, viola, and Catherine Montier, violin. You know, Schumann's piano music with strings, that is his string chamber music, I have to confess, I never really paid much attention to it. I mean, I listened to it, I enjoyed it, but when I was thinking of like major composers for chamber music in the 19th century, Schumann never really came to mind. And I'm not sure why. I think it was because my father turned green whenever he heard the name Schumann, because he was forced to practice it when he was a budding piano virtuoso, and he hated Schumann. And it's taken me a long time to get over that. It really has. So I got this just out of curiosity, because I really wasn't planning on spending a lot of time talking about Schumann's chamber works. I know I need to do it. But you get to a point in your life where you've spent the time that you spent the time on, and you have your priorities. Well, this wasn't one of them, and I regret it because the music is fabulous. I mean, I knew the piano trios I've always enjoyed. The piano quintet I like, particularly the second movement, the march. You know, it's really, really cool. I mean, it's definitely cool. The piano quartet I can take or leave. They're both in E flat. You know, I can have the one in E flat that I like better than the other. But no, this is wonderful music. And one of the great joys about the classical music biz is there's so much more of it than a lifetime can ever hope to encompass. And so even in my 60s, I can hear a set like this, all 3 discs, and just love it as if it were new. And that's something I think is worth considering. It's worth thinking about for a moment, because, you know, when we hear a piece of music that we haven't heard before, it's new music, effectively. It may be old new music, but it's new music. It's a revelation. We don't have to worry about what style it's in or who wrote it or when they did or what the circumstances were. It's a fresh discovery. And so listening to this 3-disc set for me was the equivalent of a fresh discovery, because I just hadn't paid close enough attention to this music previously. In that sense, I'm a bad critic of Schumann's chamber music because I don't know the comparisons well enough. Of course, I have the Beaux-Arts trio stuff. I have maybe only 5 or 6 versions of this music, maybe less. Who knows? I haven't saved them. I haven't stored them. It didn't matter to me. Well, this set made it matter to me, and that's all I can say. I can only speak personally. I am not speaking ex cathedra or saying I've compared 750 versions. I haven't. All I know is that I got this, and I listened to it, and I love it. So what do you get? On CD1, you have the piano quartet, the piano quintet. On CD2, you have the first 2 piano trios in D minor and in F major. I like the trios a little bit better than the other things because 2 of them are in minor keys, the G minor and the G minor and the D minor, and they're like very passionate and turbulent. And then last disc, you've got the 3rd piano trio, which is very late Schumann, opus 110, and his Phantasiestücke for piano trio in A minor, which are delicious. They're short, charming pieces. You know, there's a duet and a thingy, and they're character pieces, just like his piano miniatures. So it's an absolutely splendid 3-disc set at a very, very reasonable price. And I am delighted to be able to tell you about it. And this is a what am I listening to lately kind of thing, because I can't review it. I can only tell you that it gave me enormous pleasure, and I suspect it will do the same for you. So keep on listening, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.